What's up, guys? In this video we have a special guest and we will be talking about everything from meatheads to sideline coaches to supplementation to coaches with negative agendas. This is going to be one exciting video, so stay tuned. Welcome to the GYFITNESS YouTube channel, where we talk about everything that's fitness related. Supplementation, training, nutrition, coaches, NPC athletes, IFBB pro athletes. So if you are interested in fitness, or even if you're not interested in fitness, please subscribe and please comment, and don't forget to click the bell so that you get notified whenever there's new videos that we drop. Stay tuned. What's up, guys? Greg with GYFITNESS. Welcome to our YouTube channel. Today in the house we have special guest IFBB pro Ramos, and we're going to be talking about a whole bunch of things today. It's going to be no holds bar, and we're not going to let anything get in the way of what we really want to say, because it's what we feel.
Unfiltered.
That's the best way to say it.
Not sugar-coated. Not for pussies.
So Wayne, you know what? Before we get things kicked off, I want you to tell everybody a little bit about you and how you started your journey, where you kind of came from, and how you moved up the ranks to getting your IFBB Pro card at probably one of the hardest national level shows, the Las Vegas USA's in 2018.
Oh man, where do I begin? Fitness, I wasn't always into fitness, growing up, small Filipino skinny guy, high school, like 100 pounds, throughout his whole life through high school, getting into trouble. Then later on, kind of had my uncle before. He used to always, got a home gym, started bench pressing. After that, I got kind of interested, went to the gym. After a few years of going to the gym, never really had any good results, but all, the big name brand, what was the big name? Cellular, not Protect. What is those big name?
Like the supplement companies?
Yeah, big, really
like
big.
Metrics.
Yeah. Spent a whole ton of money before, but never had anything direct. Did not know what to do, So basically, like a lot of people, like I see now, is you go to the gym, hit the weights, but have no direction whatsoever. So I told myself, where can I take this? Like, what am I doing wrong, After a few years of lifting, no change in my body weight, getting defined, but you want to put on muscle, So that's where I kind of turned into bodybuilding and started doing my own studying. And also, of course, in the beginning, you kind of try to reach out to a few individuals, but I didn't have any money to kind of dump, just starting out and being a greenhorn in the bodybuilding industry, especially in Hawaii. You kind of don't know anybody. So I kind of went in like 6 feet deep, First show was in 2013. That prep, prior to that, I was lifting for about 5 years. So never have any change. I just got kind of big, nice, somewhat of a shape, but was really soft, had no posing, no bodybuilding background. The actual people who actually got me started was Uncle Freddie. You know Freddie, right?
Yep.
From Iron Dungeon, Freddie Angawai. So, him and Mike Pederis. Those were the guys that actually, I met them through a friend, my good friend Freddie. His dad told me if I needed any help or direction to the gym, bodybuilding, he'd kind of show me the way. So he kind of put the, set the path for me, Mike Pederis kind of helped me with the posing, and he really showed me how beautiful posing can be, and it don't matter how beautiful your physique is, how impressive, if you don't know how to showcase it, you can't show it, So fast forward, after 2013, I competed in a 2013 Paradise Cup. Competed in the bantamweight novice category. Came in like 136. Did pretty good. I took first place. Did a few shows after that. was all consecutive too, because once you get bit by that bug, you just keep going and going and going, you know. But it wasn't, you know, it wasn't, fast forward now, this is where I'm at, I'm a pro in 2018, but you know, a lot of times people don't know the struggles of what we go through. I never had a coach, so everything I did was noted down. All my nutrition, all my workouts. I was just basically running like by ear, you know. In the past, few years, I took second place a few times, only because I thought one of my methods would have worked, but you know, you always miss that window, you know. So that's about it. It's still, and it always will be a learning process. You always gotta open. No single one person knows anything about any person. Every body, physical body is different, you know. And that's the beauty of the sport, you know. Just because this worked for somebody, don't mean it'll work for you. You know, that's why I don't really believe in all these cookie cutter diet programs, you know. It's because when I help people, it's kind of, you try to tailor it to that person's, you know, physique, or you tailor it to their work schedule. You practically need to tailor it around their life, you know, because you can't just say, oh, just do this, and expect them to get good results. So
yeah, and I think you know, just to make it clear to the folks out there that when you started competing in 2013, I mean, obviously you had great people around you. You had you know, Uncle Freddie. You had you know, Mike Padetis, good friend of ours too, and really good competitor as well. But really, the nutrition piece, the supplementation piece, I mean, that's something that you did on your own, right?
Yeah, everything was tailored just to me. You know, I had to figure out what diet would keep me bigger, because sometimes I have a high metabolism, so if I miss a meal or two, I lose like 5 pounds that day. So I've always, people don't understand, being a bodybuilder, you gotta eat. No matter if you're bikini, you know, physique, bodybuilder, you need to be eating constantly, just to keep the size. So people think, oh, you're born like that. No, we're not born like that. You just see my before pictures, you know, like I was like a toothpick, pigeon chest, like it was concave, was in, like was flat, you know. So the learning process, beautiful learning process. You know?
What did you do different? You know, because I had the opportunity to compete with Wayne in multiple shows, right? The 2016 USAs, and then we competed together in the 2018 USAs. What did you do different? I know you took 2017 off, and you took that year off to grow, to get better, right? Yep. What did you do different from 2016 to 2018 when you prepped for the USAs?
Actually, so when I competed in 2016, I was rolling off of a show. Same show from Paradise Cup, I think. Yeah. And I was a little bit arrogant, to be honest. You know, I could have done a lot better, and there's stuff I shouldn't have done, and that's kind of where the learning process, and you get humbled. You know, you think you win these shows, and you think you can hang with the big boys up there, but you know, there's stuff I shouldn't have done, and there's stuff I should have done, and I got it all right in 2018. You know, one big thing was a diet change between the two, because after a year off, I knew what to dial in, what certain carbs I should be taking. I kind of figured out where my peak of my window was. I knew what foods worked a lot better than others. You know, that's where data and logging. You know, this is where a good coach, an experienced coach, you know, there's good coaches, but then you got experienced coaches, because they've been there, done that, you know. That's where all this data comes from. You just need a lot of data. Aside from diet, I did big differently. It was also mindset. 2016 was a pretty rough year. Was stressful, to be honest. 2016 was really stressful. One, because I was prepping, that's stressful already. And my girlfriend, well, at the time, now my wife, she was pregnant. So, you know, it was a needy battle of attention, you know. And we gotta be honest, bodybuilding is all about me. You know, it's all about yourself, right? So that was really stressful. I think that's where most of my cortisol kicked up. That's why I came in heavier than I should have, waterier than I should have. 2018 was a lot different. I kind of learned from that mistake. I also learned 2018 also, I took second place at Stingray. So that kind of made me more hungry, because I had aspirations of going to the next level, and if I drop out here, then I'm not good enough for for the mainland. So I just dialed it in harder, and came in better and more cardio, definitely more cardio.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and for those of you folks who weren't there, I was there, and Wayne's humble enough where he's not going to actually say this, but I'll say it because I was actually with him. So whenever we competed, we always hung out together backstage.
Yeah, it's like a night, literally a night island over there.
Yeah,
in the backstage.
You get all the Hawaii folks there.
Yeah, not only that, because it's so small in Artemis Hall. In the backstage, like, bruh.
Yep.
We got bikini competitors over here, and
Yeah, and it was when you get to that level of competition, and some of you folks may experience it, and some of you folks will probably never experience it. But when you get to that level of competition and you see, I think in 2018 there was easily about 15 guys in the class or something, and you can, the one thing that you do, backstage is you kind of check your competition out, you kind of see where everyone's at, and traditionally, like all the winners that I knew from the USAs, they would always cover up to the last minute. Like for some reason, that's just something that they do.
Really?
Yeah.
So you noticed?
Yeah, and I noticed you were covered up too until the last minute.
Well, it was kind of,
And then you popped off when you took your clothes off. I said, oh, it's lights out already. It's done, because I don't know what you did, but you timed it, you peaked it right there, and I literally saw your body changing when you're sitting on the bench. And I knew already. And
it was starting for.
And you were hardening. You could tell the body was just getting hard. And then when you were in line, I knew it was lights out for everybody else. So, it's just when you get to that level where you actually win a national contest, you're not going to take home that first place trophy unless you truly deserve it, right? And you can tell by the conditioning of the person that wins compared to everybody else, right? I mean, you have to be...
And you saw it up close. The judges
I saw
are
you up
far.
close.
Yeah, the judges are far too.
And you have to, you're talking about hitting the peak at the right time. I mean, you have to hit it, right? I mean, otherwise... if you don't hit it and someone else does, you're not going to even get a second look. Right?
And a lot of people look better the next day.
Exactly.
That's
So I think a lot of folks don't understand that. And when you go to the local shows here, talking about Hawaii, and you see the level of competition here, and the folks look great, right? I mean, they look great, but honestly, like when you go to a national level show, the caliber of competition is different.
It opens your eyes.
Yeah, it's truly different. And I would really challenge you folks that compete locally and do well here to take it to the next level and go to that national stage.
It's a different, when you start out in bodybuilding, you have this process of 16 to 20 weeks of prep, and most of the time you cover it, then it's your time to shine, then you get a taste of the stage, and it gets intoxicating. That's the local level. Just imagine a national level show where people all over the country come over that need to, got to be first or second place in bikini with the top three, physique top three, right? So just imagine the best of the best, So
here's something I found out, Wayne, yesterday when we were talking to our head coach, Mark Valencia. So the national level Miami USAs, at the local level, it's top 2 to qualify to go. Now it's top 5.
What? Top 5?
Now it's top 5, right? So if you so the Maui Ikaika Classic that's coming up, if in bodybuilding, if you place top 5,
yeah, you got qualified to go there.
You can go to USAs.
Yeah,
it's not top 2
Wait,
anymore.
so USAs, they're gonna hold the USAs in
Arizona.
Oh,
yeah.
So last year they moved it.
So they moved it from Las Vegas back to Arizona. But yeah, so we found out that it's actually top 5. Yeah. My, how times have changed. What do you think about that, being an IFBB pro?
You know,
Honest opinion.
my honest opinion, they could have left it at the top 2, keep it a prestigious show as it is. You know, like you said, it's one of the hardest shows out of all the national level shows, because there's about 3 or 4. There's the Team Universe. There's the Nationals,
Pittsburgh.
and Pittsburgh, and then there's the Nationals in Florida.
It's gonna be in Orlando
And then on
this
the
year.
West Coast, we practically only got the Las Vegas. So, you know, and that kind of caliber to be top 2 or top 3 for bikini, or you know, you get the cut above the rest. You know what I mean? You don't get the soggy one on the bottom of the bag. You know, you get the fresh one. You know what I mean? I just, you know, it's because that's what you want to see.
Right.
I'm not gonna be honest. You know, you don't want to see top 5 over there.
Right.
You want to see the top 2. You know, the level. That's the top Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Because that's what we saw, and that's what we competed with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I think it's great. Okay, so there's 2 arguments here, right? I mean, okay, obviously, here's my reasoning why I think they're actually allowing top 5 to go to national level. It's because of a COVID really shook things up.
Yeah.
And there's not a bunch of people that's probably competing this year.
And they want.
So they want the, you know, the movement of nationals to continuously go, right?
Yeah. They want competitors.
They want competitors, because they don't want, you know, they don't want things to kind of scale back. So they're opening it up for more guys to have the opportunity to try. Now, that doesn't mean that top 5 gets a pro card, right? It's still top 2, you know, but it's going to allow more folks to kind of be able to embrace that.
Well, USA is only first place.
USA's is only first place, right?
USA is only
Yep,
first place.
first place for bodybuilding.
For bodybuilding.
For men's physique, bikini.
Bikini's top 2.
Top 2, you know.
That's another prestige that only USA's got.
Yep, USA's is the only one that you got to be first, right? And so I think for that reason, because of COVID, they probably opened it up for more folks.
That's the first thing that popped up to mind once you made the top 5, like. Because after a year off, a lot of people want to compete, and what better way to just aim to go to the bigger stage? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So on the flip side, though, right? On the flip side, I think that now you're gonna see a bunch of bananas on stage that probably shouldn't be there. Honestly, right? I mean, you know, if you get 5 guys in an open class,
right,
and the 5th place guy looks totally off.
But he just so happens he's a 5th.
He qualifies. Right? And he'll take that exact same physique to the USA's. And you know, you multiply that by how many people throughout the United States. And,
well, that could be another reason why they want to do it. They want a big 30 people in the class.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I mean, it could help kickstart the local shows too. You know, because everybody want to get out and start trading for shows again. But
yeah, it could. I mean, yeah, that's true. But I think, you know, with that said, I don't think that people should feel that just because top 5 now qualifies for a national show, that they should kind of let off the gas and kind of not train as hard. I think they should make them train even harder. You know?
Because there's just going to be that much more people.
Exactly, trying to get there. You know, I know you coach people, Wayne, and I know you you know, you bring guys into shows. You know, what's one of your biggest challenges as a coach that you have to, you know, kind of deal with your clients?
Number one gotta be, I gotta say, it's not communication. A lot of times people say that you can reach me anytime. It's gotta be just, sometimes their nutrition and their physique updates, you know. Because sometimes because you know, we've been doing it for a while. You've been doing it longer for me, so you know how and what. If you gave a person, let's say, 20 grams or 50 grams of low carbs, the weight should at least move a little bit, you know, a few days. You know, it's kind of hard when you give them that and, you know, the person can gain weight, you know, and you try to figure out, okay, maybe it's cortisol. Okay, we will give you, you know, we'll have you take a cortisol control supplement from, was it MPA?
Yep. Cortisol.
Cortisol. Hey, that works.
Yep.
By the way.
Yep. Good stuff.
Could it be work environment? There's stuff like that. But mainly it's the expectation of, you're at this X amount of weeks. I gave you this X amount meal wise. This is what you should, based off of the data we got. Why you not looking at it? You cheating. You know what I mean? Either you're cheating or something else. You know. And then you come to find out, like, they got all these outside coaches, and then that's where it gets really ugly.
Yeah.
And it's a really, as a competitor, and especially Greenhorn, they're always looking for help, outside help, especially they look for free help. You know what I mean? And free, good help shouldn't be free, to be honest.
Yeah. You get what you pay for.
You get what you pay for. And get all these other people giving out for free. So you got to take it with a grain of salt, because just these people don't know. They're trying to screw you over. Maybe they got a friend in the same division as you, or maybe they're trying to, get you as a client or something. So
it's interesting you say that, because there's reality to that and truth to that statement, right?
Happened.
I mean,
it happened.
And I've experienced it myself too, as I'm coaching folks, right? And I have a term for that, and I call them like sideline coaches. Some guys call them like locker room coaches, right?
Yeah.
And these are guys that your client usually encounters when they're at the gym training, right? So they're doing their workout, they're looking great, and then you get some meathead that walks up to them, and they ask questions about what they're eating, they ask questions about what they're taking as far as supplements go, or they're asking them questions about their training program. And the client is gonna tell them, yeah, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm working with so and so, and then this meathead is gonna basically say, well, why are you doing that? Why are you eating this? Why are you doing so much cardio? Why are you training like this? And these are the guys, right, that they think that they're actually helping the client,
right.
but they're actually not helping the client, right? They're actually making things worse, because what they're doing is they're creating doubt, right? Creating doubt for the coach, and then they start listening to these meatheads,
all these meatheads,
right? And then they start doing stuff, and then, like you said, hey, you're on 50 grams of carbs, and you're gaining weight. What the hell is happening?
Then you think, okay, maybe it's something I did. Like, I didn't give you enough fats, or he's not having enough protein. You try to freaking, you go through, you're running around your tail. You're running, and you're like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And come to find out, it's a fucking meathead in the gym, the local meathead, saying, oh yeah, you can have a fucking cheat day. It's like, bro. Like, there's people that have, like, I didn't know, like, people legitimately think they can have cheat days. Only certain individuals are allowed to have cheat days. Like, if you're a fucking genetic freak, like fucking IFBB Pro, JC Nimomura, then you can have a fucking cheat, maybe a cheat week, probably. That fucker's crazy, but 99.9% of us not built like that. You know what I mean? Like, man.
You know what the funny thing is, though, right? Is that you get these meatheads, right? And we'll just refer to them as meatheads, just so that we're on the same definition and terms. But you get these meatheads, and they're like, wow, you're lean already, right? Oh, you look really good already. Why don't you go have a cheeseburger? Why don't you refeed, or why don't you have a cheat meal, right? And here's the thing, right? Here's the concept: is that I can guarantee you that these guys, these meatheads, have no clue what that refeed or that cheat meal is for. Like, really, they have no clue.
You have no clue.
They don't know what it's gonna do, right? I mean, like, scientifically we know, right? We know when we gotta actually give them some fat.
You gotta refill the glycogen. You know
but it's like these guys are just talking out of their asses, right? And they're like, and you know what? They're not doing anything good for the client, and they're not doing anything good for the coach.
They're trying to get gym reputation points, bro.
Exactly. And you know what the funny thing?
And that's a real thing.
Right, and you know what the funny thing is, guys, is that when you look at these meatheads in the gym, like, honestly, and I see a lot of them, right? I mean, I go to 24-hour Kapolei, I go to Powerhouse, I go everywhere.
There's always somebody.
There's always that one guy.
Hey, you look good, bro.
Yeah, exactly. yeah, and and the guy that's actually giving all this advice, this meathead, I'm gonna tell you right now, he has no experience. He probably never competed in his life.
He probably almost did, a few times.
And maybe probably never got there.
Got there.
But they lack knowledge, and because here's the thing, right? If you had someone who competed, who understood fitness, understood the science, they would never, ever walk up to someone who had a coach and give them advice. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if someone walks up to me and they ask me, hey, how I look, I'm going to say, who's coaching you? And if they say Wayne, I'm going to say, go ask Wayne. I'm not going to say nothing because you know what? That's none of my business. Right? I have nothing to do with that, you know? Unless you ask me to look, then I'll look, right? But you know what? It's like, no, I'm going to stay out.
You don't want to step on people's toes.
Exactly.
And like I was mentioning, the community in Hawaii, bodybuilding in general is a very tight-knit community, especially more so in Hawaii. Everybody know everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and the thing too is a lot of guys don't understand is that, you know, Wayne, if you're working with a guy for like, you know, you've been working with somebody for like 20 weeks, you know that guy's body better than anybody, right? So for me to come in and try to even evaluate 20 weeks after you've been working with that guy,
you don't got no data.
I have nothing. Right? Like really, like I don't have any clue, you know. So what's the moral of the story, man?
Hey, trust your coach.
Trust your coach.
If you don't got a coach, get one. I would highly recommend you always check your sources of information. You know, just like Miss Rosavier, you know, she's a teacher. You can cite your sources. You cannot go on fucking Wikipedia. That's like invalid. Like, oh yeah, who you say can do that? Oh, the meathead in the gym said I can. Fuck, that's Wikipedia. That. You know what I mean? That's like open source. Like, no. Gotta go with somebody got, you know, a few shows under the belt, or actually got like a kinesiology degree, you know, somebody in the fitness industry, some is somewhat related. So at least, you know, you actually can trust them, because the main reason why these people actually go to other coaches for advice is probably the main coach, you know, doesn't give them enough confidence in their ability, you know. That's why they don't trust them. You know?
And so and you know what, guys, if you guys hire a coach to provide a service for you, listen to that coach, because you know you're not going to do anything good by listening to someone else. It's just going to convolute your thought process. It's going to cloud your thinking.
I mean, take it with a grain of salt. Like because there's going to be people regardless. They're going to talk.
Right.
You know.
Right. And you know what? Maybe what you guys should do is and this is, you know, there's no harm in asking, right? I mean, if someone walks up to me and they try to give me advice, I'll ask them, well, what's your experience level? You know, why not? Right?
You did a show before.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Why not? You know, ask what their experience level is.
Oh, I did. Oh, what show?
Yeah. You know? Yeah, exactly. You know, and you know, Wayne and I, we're not sitting here saying that we're the best. We're not. I'm not considering myself a guru.
Oh, no.
I don't consider myself a guru. You know,
you're learning. Like I said, it's 100% learning experience. I'm sure you're still learning a lot with all your clients. You know, it's just that it makes it a lot harder to learn these clients when other people are trying to, you know, sabotage, try to get them as their clients. Or they got, like I said, they got people in their division that they want to sabotage. You know.
I mean, here, let me give an analogy, right? If I wanted to learn how to surf, like literally, I would go to like someone who surfed for like 20 years of their life.
Right.
I'm not gonna learn from some banana that just started surfing like last week. You know,
$50
or maybe they read a book.
$50. You get what you pay for, bro.
Exactly.
You get what you pay for.
But I'm not cheap,
You pay for the experience.
I'll pay. I'm not gonna pay somebody $50. And
hey, you in the water? Fucking pay somebody way more than $50. I'll fucking drown. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. You know, so hey, you know what? Hey, invest in yourself, right? Spend the money for a good coach, because if you get a good coach, the benefits are amazing, because you're gonna learn your body, right? You're gonna learn the right way to do things versus the wrong way, you know. And like I said, you know, find out, you know, how much experience these guys have, right? I mean, that's important, you know.
It's very important. Experience, you know. You know, if they're going to be in a sport, they should know what they're talking about.
Exactly.
So like mentioned earlier, if you don't have confidence in them, you should probably find another coach. You know.
Find somebody that's been there, done that, you know. Like Wayne. He's been there, he's done that. He coached himself. And it's hard to coach yourself and become an IFBB pro. You got to be committed, you got to be dedicated, you got to be focused. Right? So Find someone that's actually been there. Find someone that has the experience and the knowledge, the level of expertise. Because that's priceless, right? If you want to take fitness and your journey to competing to the next level, But like I said, we don't consider ourselves, experts, like the best
we
in
don't
the
know
industry,
everything, but you come for me for help. Even though I don't know everything, I'll find a person that might or will know, and that's, you came to me, I'll get you all the help you need, That's just how it is.
Yep.
Because I really don't want you getting bad advice from a meathead. Like, seriously.
Exactly.
You get hurt, you do stuff that is irreversible, and people don't know that the sport can be dangerous at times too.
Yeah. Yeah, big time. Big time. Yeah. There's safety issues involved, guys. Yep. Yep.
Not only that, I was going like fucking, what was that, 30 weeks, 0 carbs? Bro. I know a few people that did that too.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so let's pivot. So we talked a little bit about Meatheads. We talked about your journey. Let's talk about supplementation, I guess, right? Which kind of has some relevance to Meatheads too. And when you talk to these guys, and again, I call them like, what do you call that? Locker room.
Sideline coaches.
Sideline coaches, locker room, meatheads, whatever. And they try to give some poor kid advice on, supplements to take, right? And unfortunately, it's poor advice.
Try to make a quick buck.
What would you recommend to these young kids that are out there and they're looking at their idols and they want to get big, they want to get strong. Unfortunately, the youth today want everything tomorrow, and they want to see results tomorrow.
Oh, like Instagram?
And yeah, and they don't
InstaFit.
They don't feel like they have to like dedicate years and years and years and years to the progression of their physique.
I ain't gonna sugar stuff. It's gonna take time.
Yeah, exactly. So what would you say to the youth out there, to the guys that wanna
learn the basics? I always tell the basics is diet, nutrition, and your routine or your regimen every day. Get used to it every day. The better you can get used to your routine, the better you can better yourself at everything you do. Because like everybody, wake up, they go drink their coffee and everything. But for us bodybuilders, it's different. We get up, drink a ton of water, freaking make a meal prep, eat, and most of the day we're eating, yeah. So get used to the basics. Basics meaning get used to cardio, get used to making your own meals. Instagram just made it, oh yeah, I can just buy a meal company every day. Bodybuilders back in the day, and still what I do, I always cook all my food. I go to like Costco, Sam's Club, buy all the meat, prep on a Sunday, cook like 10 pounds of freaking protein, carbs and everything, because honestly that might seem like a lot, but buying individual meals at $10 a meal times 7, you're eating 7 meals a day, it gets pricey. If they can get that down, they can do anything. Because bodybuilding, if there's anything bodybuilding teach me, it taught me a lot to budget, discipline, and the whole mentality,
Yeah, and I think what the younger generation needs to also understand is that nothing comes easy.
Nothing worth having anyway.
Yeah, and nothing comes free, right?
You can do Synthol, you can get a shit tomorrow. Synthol, I don't recommend it, but nothing worth having comes easy.
Yeah, you're gonna be that guy with the big ass arms with small forearms.
The thing like looping hanging layers already.
Yeah.
No.
Don't do Synthol.
Yeah.
Whatever you. I would recommend not to do that. But there's guys that will, right? Because they want to be big tomorrow, right? Like I said.
People can't wait. People just don't understand the process. People believe you can get everything. I can get that if I was on it.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you can't.
Exactly. Yeah.
Fuck, you can't. There's no way. That's just the reality.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of hard work.
It's just hard work and
time,
grit,
right?
It's just work, and people don't see what, it's not even just bodybuilding, it's athletes in general. Because all athletes, if they got something in common, it's their routine and their diet, you know. Pro lifters, power lifters, they're fucking high, extremely high caloric diets just to keep their strength. You know, triathlon athletes, again, high caloric just to keep their energy. You know, it's just diet, you know. People don't see you dieting, you know. They just see you in the gym and you look great. They're like, oh fuck, did that yesterday. No way. You know, we've been working hard, you know.
Exactly, years. I mean, you've been doing it for years now, right? So, and I've been doing it for years too, you know. And, you know, not to get on a pedestal, but I know people are going to ask like, oh, Greg, what's your damn credentials, right? So I'll tell you what it is. I mean, I've been in healthcare for over 30 plus years of my life. I've worked in a hospital. I was an instructor at Heald College and I taught anatomy, physiology. I taught pharmacology.
What years at Heald?
I was there from 2009 to 2014.
I just missed it.
You know,
so 07 graduate.
Yeah, so I mean, you know, and I've been competing. I mean, I got ready for my very first bodybuilding show back in 1991. Never did it because I met my ex-wife at the time, so kind of just put out. And then got back into it in 2008. Did my first show in 2009, and from 2009 to 2018, never missed a beat. Competed every freaking year. You know, and I've worked with a whole bunch of coaches like Don Long. I've worked with Chris Faldo, Alan Ichinose, Mike Rollar, Brandon Akamini. I work with Andrew Vu, you know, and so it's like,
those are all big names, man.
Yeah, I mean, and you know, you learn different things from all these different coaches, right? And I'm gonna tell you guys, they're not free, right? But I knew that I needed that knowledge,
well,
right?
You paid for their experience.
I can read a book, but sometimes, you know, I just need to get the real life stuff, right? I'm not like Wayne; he can just do it on his own.
No.
This guy's a different animal.
No. It's a lot. For me, it's always a lot of trial and error.
Right. You know? And I did that too. I mean, I did trial and error too, right? I took 200 micrograms of clenbuterol and then 200 micrograms of T3 at the same damn time, shit. Right? And so I've done that before, right? Because I wanted to drop the weight. I had no clue what I was doing. My body went auto osmosis. And clenbuterol, as you guys know, I mean, it's a drug that's used for asthmatic patients.
It's but accelerant, you know, fucking revving.
You know, people think clenbuterol is actually a stimulant, and it's not, right? What clenbuterol does is it actually decreases and lowers your blood pressure, and then your heart gotta compensate for that, so it starts to speed up. And so I was going in and out of osmosis, right? So I was. 1 second I'm sweating, right, like profusely, like,
and then the next thing you're cold.
And then the next second I'm freezing my ass off, right, and that lasted for about 30 minutes, you know. And so I've done that crap, right, and so, you know, and I'm sure you went through stuff too.
Oh man, my first show, man, I got really. They took me for a ride, bro. It's like $1,000 something on tablets, and like oil, like fucking Trent.
Really?
Out of all the freaking oils you should ever take, Trent should probably be the last one. I took it for my first show, and he told me to take 600 milligrams a week.
A week? Wow, you must have been.
Oh, bro, I had Trent sweats for a month. Like, and that's like I said, that stuff you cannot reverse. It's in your system, right? You're like, you technically you could. You go dialysis. These fucking what? Fuck, who wanna go dialysis? You know what I mean? Like, fuck. Oh my God! Later, you know, with the knowledge that in the whole, what the fuck? You know, and this is the Meatheads I'm talking about, and they took me for a ride. It's not even that expensive either. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. So know your sources, basically, right? I mean, listen to your coaches, guys.
Get your sources. Get valid sources, man. Oh my God.
Yeah.
This is why you pay for good information, pay for great coaches.
Yeah.
You know, there's different levels to this game too. You know.
And you know, and since we're on the subject of coaches, right? One of the things that we kind of wanted to talk about too is that, you know, you got to be careful because there are coaches out there with negative agendas, you know? I mean, make sure you guys find a coach that is dedicated to the sport, but also that's dedicated to the client, right?
Oh, yeah.
Here's my thing, right? I mean, since I've been in healthcare for over 30 plus years, right? And I've seen everything. Like, I've seen every single condition known to man. And I've read, my job was basically to just read medical records all freaking day, right? So, I mean, I've seen the comorbid conditions, I've seen the complications, I've seen the chronic conditions, I've seen the acute conditions, And the one thing that I always preach to my clients, and I pride myself on, is that I would never ever want to see them like that.
Oh yeah.
Right? Because health and wellness supersedes any bodybuilding show whatsoever, you know.
Right.
I don't care who you are. I mean, there's
Yeah.
some bananas out there that would be like, no, I'd rather compete, you know, and die, you know, than be healthy or whatever. But, you know, that's their prerogative. That's their passion. I'm not going to argue with that. But
let alone what, for a local show? Hell no. You know? Fuck that.
but you know, what I'm trying to get to is that, you know, there's some coaches out there that they really don't
give a damn.
They don't care about the health and wellness of anyone, right? All they care about is the dollar bill, you know?
They do.
And making that money. Find a coach that's going to be dedicated to fitness, but also, even more importantly, dedicated to the client, right?
And majority, and we're on the same level, majority of the coaches, you know, athletes that I've come to help, they became family.
Yep.
You know, we shared that bond, that camaraderie, that if there's anything other than fitness that they call upon, I'd be there for them and be there for me, you know? You know, that kind of relationship, you know. I'm not saying we're gonna expect that from the whole, you know, everybody else, but it's just, that's how we do things.
Yeah. So just make sure you guys do your research on coaches, okay, guys? Make sure you do some background checking, you know. We have a bunch of wonderful, amazing coaches in Hawaii, like literally. We have a bunch of them, you know. And I'm not going to name names because I don't want to leave anybody out accidentally and then, get shit for that. But there's a whole bunch of them out there. And, you know, if you guys want a list, or if you guys want to know some names, then
drop a
comment, or you can reach out to Wayne or me, and then we'll give you guys our honest opinion on who you think, you know, we feel that are really, really great coaches. And there's a bunch of them here, you know. So, you know, I think it's important, you know, for you guys to not just find a coach solely based upon like popularity, but really find a coach that's going to be the best fit for you, right? Because not all coaches fit with all clients, right?
Yeah.
You know, so find someone that has,
and you don't get it the first time either.
Exactly, yeah. Find somebody that has like the same personality as the coach, right?
Just because, okay, like for example, if I was helping a client and my methods wasn't working, you know, if that person feels that, you know, it's not working, I'm not going to have any doubt in my mind that if they went to you that I wouldn't expect any less, because it didn't work out for me, probably going to work out with you, you know, and that's your coaching style. So, you know, that's just how it is in the game.
Yeah. I probably wouldn't take him though, because if it didn't work with Wayne, he ain't gonna work with me. Sorry, because the problem not the coach. The problem is probably the individual.
It's probably that cheap day that the meet.
If Wayne calls me and asks me to coach somebody, I'm gonna be like, Wayne, don't be sending me problems, bro. Because if you don't want to do it, there must be a reason why you don't want to do it. But you know, I mean, I have no problem if I feel that my abilities as a coach has maximized with a potential client. I have no problem sending them to somebody else like you, right? So you can maximize their potential. I have no problem doing that, you know, because
just be upfront with it,
I know my limits.
Just be upfront and just don't ghost you. Don't answer your texts. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah, and always communicate with your coach no matter what.
Show respect at least, you know.
Yeah, be honest, right?
We met in the middle, 50-50. You know, I put in the work. You put in the work. You should at least tell me like, okay, what I did wrong, you know, before you left. So I know for my next client, I can, you know, it's a learning process. It's always a learning process. We don't know everything. You know what I mean?
Yep. You know, actually, I signed up a guy the other day, and I told him straight out. I said, you know what? I said communication between me and you have to be key. I mean, that's key, right? And we have to be honest and open. And I said, if you feel like what I'm doing with you is not working, tell me. Like literally tell me, right? I don't care. I mean, you can say that I'm a shitty coach, and you can tell me that whatever plan that I developed for you is not working for you. Tell me so that we can work together, and we can, you know, then we can try and see what we can do.
Try to fix it.
To you know, to get where we need to get to, right? But if you don't tell me, I don't know. You know.
A lot of times you just jump ship and just leave you hanging.
Exactly. Yeah. But tell me, because like I said, I mean, I'm not the best guy out there. You know, and I'm always learning. And I appreciate the feedback and the honesty and the openness, and which is exactly what the clients would want, right? here's my thing too, right? If you're looking for a really good coach, you got to find a coach that's going to be open and honest with the client. So you want to find a coach that's open and honest with the client too. And I actually coached a few people that I was getting ready for a bodybuilding show, right? And I thought I was doing everything in my power to get them there, and they just didn't get there, right? And so as a responsible coach, right, as an honest coach, I actually told them to pull out, right? Because I'm going to be honest. If I don't want my client to get on stage looking like shit, right?
Right.
And here's the problem, right? Like you know why everybody is, I mean, we're all nice to everybody. What your parents teach you to be nice, right? To always be respectful. But you know, as a good, like Wayne, if you're my friend, right? I consider you as a brother.
Yeah.
If you say, Greg, do you think I'll be ready in 4 weeks? And I look at you, oh, brother, you look so good, bro.
Yeah.
But honestly, in my mind, you look like shit. I would
rather hear you.
I would tell you, Wayne, you know what, bro? You gotta kill it and do the next one because you're not ready.
Right.
That's honest, right? I'm your friend, so I'm telling you, you know. And that's what you guys need in a coach. And I know Wayne will do it. Wayne will be like, brother, you're not ready, pull out, try for the next one, you know?
Right.
Because we know that getting on stage, you want to look your absolute best. Okay, so you know, like I said, you know, make sure that you guys do your research. Make sure you find the coach that fits you the best, and make sure you do some reference checks, right? I mean, you know,
some for credentials, you know,
exactly.
Background check. Do you have a degree? Do you know, are they a certified personal trainer? Do they have a few shows under the belt? You know, at least they gotta like have something in their field. You know. Because like I mentioned earlier, it's a sport and it can get dangerous at times. You know, misinformation is one of those things that get passed around way too frequently now. You know?
Yep. I think there's more crap out there as far as information goes than good information. And it's unfortunate because it's like a wildfire, right?
Right.
I mean, you get your meatheads, and you know, I think you have way more meatheads in the gym than legitimate coaches or legitimate folks that have the knowledge, and it's the meathead that's causing the problem, you know. So do your research, guys. You know, that's the bottom line. And you know what? Don't take offense of what we're saying here. I mean, that's just our personal opinion.
It's open.
You know, and we respect yours, and you know,
this is just our view of everything.
Yeah, exactly. We're just talking reality, you know.
And this is for all the benefit of you, the viewer, you know, whatever content you think Greg should have on the channel, you know, comment below. But first, you gotta subscribe, you know, hit the notification bell. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And with that said, I think we've been talking and ranting for about a good 50 minutes now. You know, me and Wayne, we go way back, so we can talk about bodybuilding and fitness forever.
The whole night.
Exactly, yeah. Give us a couple of beers and it'd be a couple of days. But anyway, so you know, you guys out there, you know, I had the great pleasure of, you know, talking with IFBB Pro Wayne Ramos. Got his pro card at the 2018 Muscle Contest USA's in Las Vegas. I was actually there. He beat my ass, so I was there. So you guys cannot tell me I wasn't there, because I was many places behind him. But you know, the bottom line is, just to kind of summarize things, is you know, watch out for bad information, and you know, watch out, you know, do your research if you're gonna hire a coach to help you compete, or even just for lifestyle stuff, right? Find a coach that has the knowledge, the education, the experience, you know, and find a coach that's going to be committed not only to the fitness community and fitness itself, but also committed to you. Right? A coach is going to be open, honest.
You want somebody going to check up on you, you know, every day, you know.
Exactly. Yep. So with that said, you know, again, please subscribe if you like the content. If you have any comments, concerns, or suggestions, please comment below. And like Wayne said, don't forget to click on the bell. I don't know how that works, but just click on the bell.
Subscribe right there.
Subscribe. Click on the bell, and then the bell is gonna let you know when there's new video drops. Right? Yeah. Okay, so take us out, Wayne.
Huh?
Take us out.
It's Greg, GYFITNESS. I'm Wayne. GYFITNESS athlete, IFBB Pro, Wayne Ramos, and we're out.
All right.